everyone, and welcome back to Game 2 of the Grand Finals. Corningstone is going up against Tamland in this best-of-3 arena Grand Final matchup. Zeus, Chunga, Ares, and Mercury are banned out, and first pick goes to Supanoop on Corningstone.
The natural order has returned to Earth as the 4 official arena bans of forever are removed from the table. After the change last game that banned out Freya, who we are now going to see picked up as first grab.
Yeah, it seems like they have a big, attachment to Freya. They want to make sure that that burst damage is there. And she, with the banish, with the burst damage from the ultimate, as well as the defensiveness of the ultimate, and of course the single target damage that she can put out in the mid and late stages of this match, it's a strong character to deal with, and I guess they didn't want to deal with it. But then as soon as you remove Freya, you have to deal with Ares, and it seemed like they don't want to deal with that anymore, so they're going to remove that one. Sun Wukong and one more pick go to Tamland here. Daska has about 7 seconds to select. He's going for Humbots. It seems like people just love the double monkey here on Tamland. That's going to be the strategy they're running. They've run it, I think, every single game, haven't they?
Yeah, I believe so. We expected, I think, 3 games now from him, and it's been double monkey bro team every single time. Sun Wukong and Humbots getting together to destroy a lot of people. That Humbots ultimate's working out a little bit better than I thought it would, just because of the directional fear and the zoning capabilities available in his ultimate. And he just does a decent amount of burst damage on his own without it when he's allowed to actually not have to worry about getting behind and farm. And Sun Wukong is just Sun Wukong. He is incredibly strong. No one's going to really argue that point at all. He's incredibly tanky when built, even just moderately bruiser. He's able to just survive hits. His passive makes him near indestructible when he drops below 50%. Flipping back over here, we're going to see Spartak, Frank, and Sobek getting locked in. Another 2 picks we've seen pretty much every time we've watched this team.
Yeah, Spartak Frank has been around in all the matches we've seen. He's a very strong character for the arena matches, and his ultimates is proven to be pretty strong here. In fact, his damage output has been relatively high even when he's behind here, so it looks like we're going to have Athena locked in from Tamland. Of course, when in doubt, double monkey out, and they're going to right to her their last pick for this round. Tamland has 17 seconds to select this one, see if they want to go with. They're going to pick up Neath yet again, something that does work out. That ultimate does provide a lot of finishing power, and people are escaping towards their well, which, with how close the team fights always are, there's usually someone who's escaping with low HP, and that's something that you really have to pay attention to. It's going to go back over to Corningstone since they do lock that in. 2 final pickups here. Freya, Xbalanque, Sobek, Kronos, and one more pick for Corningstone, and it's going to be Tyr instead of Guan Yu this time.
I'm honestly surprised Kronos got this far and that they decided to go with Neath instead of Kronos, because pretty much every single game Kronos has been in, Kronos has absolutely dominated the damage. He has just destroyed with how much pain he's put down. And on top of that, he's got a decent amount of control and survivability with stop, time, accelerate, and rewind. Neath did a good job. She did a lot of damage, but nowhere near even half of what Kronos is putting out. I'm not surprised at all, on the other hand, to see Tyr come back, because Tyr is a monster of just picking somebody and killing them. And flipping back over, we see Hebo. So, pretty much the same pool of gods we've been seeing all day.
Yeah, no, it's hard to tell if this is just going to be the players that, like playing certain characters as their favorite characters, or if there's strategy that goes into it as far as the arena goes. Now, the fact that there's an Ares ban does tell you that there is some preference to arena and focus on that, especially the Zeus. Now, Zeus is already a competitive ban in ranked. In fact, Zeus, Chunga, Mercury are the top 3 banned characters in ranked right now, ranked in League, across the board. Those 3 characters get banned more than any other character in the entire game, so those are pretty standard. But Ares definitely never gets banned unless you're playing arena, so we're going to see that here. That's a little bit more, I guess, apropos to the situation that we're in. Xbalanque, Freya, Sobek, Kronos, Tyr, the final lineup for Corningstone. Tamland has Hebo, Humbots, Sun Wukong, Athena, and Neath for their final lineup. We're going to cut to a brief break while we wait for the spectator delay to go through, and the second round of the Grand Finals will be underway when the screen does come back to the matchup here. And of course, Tamland is up game 1, so if Tamland wins this match, they take it all. They get 4,000 gems for their team, 2,000 total goes to Corningstone, so it's a big difference there, and they're fighting for it. So, stick around, get ready, watch the start of this match. It's going to be very, very important for the overall outcome, because Corningstone has to win this if they want a shot at that first round prize. Stick around, we'll be right back. Hey everyone, and welcome back to Game 2 of the Grand Finals underway here. The players, they're picking. They're getting the buffs. They're ready to go. They're underway. All 5 players on both sides getting their buffs on either side of the map, making sure that they get those buffs early, get the golden experience before the minions meet. As you can see, they're pretty much early. 1 buff camp on either side. The blue buff seems to be ignored right now, surprisingly enough. They want that that damage buff as well as the movement speed. And it looks like Tamland's rushing for the minions. They're going to get the whole way before Corningstone even gets there.
Now they're going to try and zone them out and see what they can do because they've got a little bit of a positioning advantage here. I mean, Corningstone's right next to their base, so a pushback like this isn't super advantageous because it means Corningstone can just back out and go home and heal up if they need to, which you'll see Tier already doing after taking a water cannon to the face from Hebo. But it gives them the early game advantage, that's for sure.
Yeah, it certainly does. Something you have to be careful of is the fact that, when you go for those buffs, it's really hard. This is something you'll see in the 2v2 lane in normal Conquest, is the team that gets late to the lane, whether they're going for a blue buff or something along those lines, usually ends up behind in the laning phase. A great root on Sobek's going to force him to dash away. A good stun from Kronos in response here as they kind of go for the Rising Jaguar initiation. Athena's going to get a taunt on top of it. There's a burst damage. A lot of ultimates coming through, and Xbalanque will be the first blood target for Tamland. Tamland is not wasting any time here. They want to win this game, and they want to win it now.
Just insta-vaporized. I see the Sun Wukong decoy standing to fight Tier, who just decides to man duel with it because he's a man and he will have no decoy monkeys saying otherwise. Hebo's skirting away with about 1/3 of his HP. Did take a decent amount of damage there going in on the Xbalanque, but nothing that can't be healed up and pretty much instantly. Charge Spray from Sobek is going to grab Athena, so a pretty beefy target is going to get banished out of stop time. A bit of a miscommunication there, so she's going to be totally okay, avoiding that stun thanks to the quick thinking of Freya.
Freya responding perfectly with that banish there as you see more engagements coming through. 464, actually 459 out of 464 on Tamland, a 5-ticket lead so far as it does go down for the minions, but it seems like it's kind of bouncing out to about a 2-ticket lead just due to minions. Initiation comes out, there's the darts on top of it. As their charge break's going to come through, Sickening Strike comes out as well. Is it going to be enough damage is a question. A great root from Neath came in place. Humbot's ultimate, they want the Freya, they're going to get her, and now they're going after the Hebo ultimate comes through as well. Wow, the damage is too much from Tamland. They're going after the Woombots. Can they get in time? The Sickening Strike will get it. A solo kill for Sobek, Guardian of the Year. The Cudgel forces him away. Does he have the Water Spout? Just needs a little bit of range there. There goes the slow. Does he have it? Gonna go after the Sobek. He's getting lower and lower. He's out of position. He can't go anywhere. And he gets splashed by Hebo. And now 454 to 439 on Tamland. They are setting the pace.
There's really no way Sobek was getting out of that one after that dive, but he was able to distract Hebo and pull him away, so he couldn't do anything to the rest of his teammates. Guardian sacrifice from Sobek right there, distracting the super damage cannon for as long as he possibly can. Now he's back alive, looking for a pull, seeing if there's anything he can possibly get. Sickening Strike comes out just to finish off the last of the minions there. Looks like we settled it exactly a 20-ticket advantage. The taunt from Athena is going to land on Tier. He's forced the Lawbringer away immediately, but the Neath ultimate is a little bit faster than you can run, and down he goes. Chrono is able to slip away into the base, just barely. Now they're pushing in, going on to Sobek. He's taking a lot of damage. Sun Wukong's decoys in there just slapping him. Doing some damage, but not enough to put him down. And that decoy does hurt if you let it sit there and pound on your face. But if you're someone like Sobek that's tanky enough, it's not going to do any real threatening damage.
Yeah, 50% of the damage output from Wukong can be a lot if you're switching your character, but of course, not Sobek. Initiation on top of Athena, not really the greatest target to grab there, but it looks like they have no damage to finish her off, dropping her lower and lower. Freya's going to open the ultimate, going to finish off Athena here. Crushing wave hitting 4 players there. Hebo's going to kill off the Sobek on the backside. It looks like the escape's going to come out from Xbalanque. Kronos forced to back off as well. A 2-for-1 exchange, and the only death on Tamland was the Athena. But of course, it's all about tickets here, and tickets is what Tamland has. 423 to 392. Definitely in the lead as the minions are falling lower and lower. They need to get these last hits, and if they miss some, it's going to prove to be detrimental here as they're already starting to fall behind.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you kill as long as you're getting to kill. Everybody here is worth 5 tickets, so it really doesn't matter at this point. Corningstone giving up a couple last hits to spread out and make sure they get the buffs here. A little bit of a fight erupting, actually tear down to about 1/3 of his health almost instantaneously. A charge spray whip from Sobek is going to mean no real counter initiation available there, and Tamland is just going to pull back and be totally okay. And looks like they're just going to regroup in the middle and keep trying to push up. Athena's keeping the threat up by keeping her dash charged, making sure the enemy team knows if anyone tries to engage, she is there to counter-engage on their faces and with the taunt. That's going to be an almost guaranteed death if your name isn't Sobek.
Freya's going to start clearing out these minion camps here in the middle. Make sure the minions do go down. More tickets being collected. 5 minutes into this match, Tamland still in the lead. A good banish going to force back the Neath, but no follow-up there. Kind of just poking to see if something could get started up. Polynomicon almost done on Kronos. Initiation on top of the Neath. Does she have backflip? Looks like she does not. The damage ever comes through. The backflip does get started, but never finished. And look at the damage here! And Freya die almost immediately. The water cannon gets Shibalanke. Spartak Frank goes down. We have a man down here. Sobek gets forced back towards his well. Freya and Kronos already respawned, but the tickets have already been lost.
Neath tried to backflip 2 or 3 different times there during that initiation and just could never get it off. Tier's fearless picking her up out of her first backflip attempt before it could go off, and then her dying before the second one could go off. She tried so very hard, but just couldn't quite get out of that engagement there. And now we're looking at about a 40 ticket advantage for Tamland, who's taken a pretty commanding lead. A banish on Hebo is going to be followed up by a gumball from Freya that chunks about 20% of his health off. And the 2 from Shibalanke is going to be a miss. Sun Wukong actually fits between the darts, and he pays for his crimes with his life. Although Sun Wukong is going to get pulled by Sobek, he does not have his ultimate available right now. And we're going to have a pause come out, actually, as it looks like Athena has disconnected. But look at where we're at right now. Freya in the sky, very low on HP, with a death nuke actively headed towards Sun Wukong's feet. Not a great situation to be Sun Wukong in.
Well, I think that's actually her third or last shot from the ultimate. I don't think she'll have enough to finish him off here. You can see her floating up in the sky, looking for opportunity to take down Wukong, but I don't think she'll have the damage to do it. As you can see, Athena ended up disconnecting out of this match here, which is unfortunate because it is for Tamland, who, you know, it's looking to end this match. Now, if Game 2 ends because of the 4v5, it'll be a tough situation, but of course, Tamland could still turtle if they want to win this match, but Corningstone's got to be happy about, you know, having an opportunity to come back into this regardless of the circumstances, as of course, it is a tournament, and this is the first place is on the line here. You can see initiation coming on the left side. Tier trying to go for the Hebo or the Hoonbot, trying to get something out of this engagement. You see Hoonbot's kind of leaping forward. Look at the little monkey face. He's so happy to be where he is right now. But of course, speaking about where we are right now, Game 2, Grand Finals, the red team, Tamland, is up Game 1, so if they win this match, they win it all. Cornerstone, the blue team, is behind one match. They have to win this if they want to shoot for first place, and that's exactly what they're trying to get.
Yeah, Hoonbot's happy monkey face is kind of terrifying with this gold right now. And actually, looking at this shot coming out of Freya, I don't think this is even going to hit Sun Wukong. I don't think this currently in-flight shot. It looks like it's going to land like right behind the minions. It's not going to blast quite far enough. We have a lot of pings coming out on Athena. Just making sure everybody knows where Athena is and that she's disconnected back there, covered in Ping City. I don't know. When this comes back, I think Sun Wukong's going to be able to get away from this pretty well. Irish is in a lot of trouble right now. There are no ultimates available at all for Tamland, while Freya's ult is the only one being used so far on Corningstone. They've still got the Sobek ult. They've still got the Tier ult. Kronos can still rewind out of trouble if necessary. So the ultimate situation, definitely in their favor, but positioning and just overall battle, I think Tamland's got the upper hand right now.
You know, I didn't know that the Freya
fight.
shots were actually icicles. I thought it was
just like
a blast of pure
out.
magical energy, but I guess the projectile itself is a bunch of icicles. That's pretty cool. I
think that's just because it's the Frost Maiden skin. I don't think...
Maybe, yeah, that's true.
Default Freya.
Very true. Very, very true.
Wow,
so
47 Freya taunts all coming out at the same time there.
Yeah, it stacks up. The pings as well, kind of all over the map. Looks like they're going to unpause here with Athena not in the match. So this is not going to be the greatest of situations here for Tamland. And I'm pretty sure that Corningstone is going to try and put on the heat here if they want to end this match quickly, which they certainly can without their 5th member. Now, they're not missing a damage member. They're missing Athena, so if they're playing carefully enough and Cornerstone continues to make mistakes like they have been, they definitely can still win this, but this is going to be a tough spot for them.
Yeah, it's going to be hard without the Athena, without the control and the taunt, the initiation she has, because they still have this Sobek who lands the flip, Neath backflips immediately, and stop time doesn't land on anybody. We see Sun Wukong just harassing right now with his cudgel, just doing a bit of poke damage. Got Xbalanque about a quarter of his health off. Xbalanque drops his 2 defensively, but doesn't hit anything. Charge spray from Sobek's going to be a whiff that time. He's going to lose about half his health almost immediately as Sun Wukong whips around. Look at the burst damage in Sobek. The Spirit Arrow comes out, rooting him for the first bit of his ultimate, and the dunk from Wukong will finish him off. Fearless from Tier's a complete whiff, and Wukong's decoy is just going to follow the Freya home like a lost puppy.
Sobek ends up going down regardless of the fact that Tamland is losing 1 player here. So Tamland's going to be tested to the utmost in a 4v5 situation. They do have enough of a lead to possibly win this. Of course, Arena is a little bit more stable than a Conquest setting, so the tickets are all that matter here. So if they play their cards right, they definitely can still win. But of course, it is a challenging situation. Charge spray on Hoombots. Can I get the guys actually to jump over and avoid that one? No follow-up from Corningstone. I missed the opportunities. He does jump out. Xbalanque being forced back here. Look at the damage output. Do they have enough is a question. They want to go for Hebo or Neath. Those would be perfect targets for them to burst down if they can get the opportunity.
They're trying to get anything they can get here with a good pick, but the problem is, except for Hebo, everyone can get out of these Sobek pulls pretty well. A great Spirit Arrow weaves through the whole team to hit just Kronos, dropping him down low enough. He pretty much has to go home now, and he is going to fall back. Right now, Tamland's playing a very defensive game. Obviously, they don't have any initiation. They don't really have a whole lot of a choice. But they're playing a very defensive game, making sure they don't lose any deaths. Tier's going to ult in onto Sun Wukong and manage to steal away the damage buff before just dashing off into the distance. And Humbots decides to teleport in on this, baiting out a banish and a stop time, but nothing really connects, and they just clean up the speed buff.
9 minutes in, Tamland still about 50 tickets up right now, changing by the minions. They're just coming to Kronos. Can they get the burst damage? Looks like they're not going to get it. He's going to rewind, but that is an ultimate that is now off cooldown. And it looks like Athena gets back into the match, and Tamland's still in the lead, so this could still be a victory for them if they can continue on with the path they had before. Root comes down to Xbalanque, forcing him to dash away. Can they get the taunt's going to come through? The sprint is enough to get the distance. Creepy Curse doesn't land either, but there's the taunt. Do they have the follow-up damage? Looks like everyone's being zoned out, including the Hebo, which is a majority of their burst damage. They're going after the Tier. Can they get it in time? One more shot will do it. The Cudgel Snipe will get it with the last of Sun Wukong's mana, and Sobek by himself surrounded. The stun from Kronos may buy enough time, but it won't. And now 2 players dead from Corningstone. Tamland further ahead, almost 75 tickets. Wow.
Pretty sure Hoombots just made some butt diamonds there after getting stunned by Kronos while Freya was in the air shooting at him, and then a time rift showed up under his feet. But it looked like he was able to actually get out of the time rift before that burst damage landed, which would have almost certainly led to his death. Xbalanque in a bad spot right now, once again getting tied up by that Spirit Arrow. Such effective CC, especially against something like Xbalanque's dash, which gives him CC immunity, but doesn't dispel active CC, the same thing that happens with Lurking in the Waters on Sobek. So if Neath's able to land the Spirit Arrow before Xbalanque dashes away, he is still going to be rooted after the initial dash, and he's not going to be able to use the jump portion of the dash to move any further away.
Looks like they're going to group up here in the mid area, see if they can get initiation. Charge Prey on the pillars, not going to grab everything there. Looks like the taunt's going to come through. Sobek in a lot of trouble here as the stun comes out. Bandage comes out as well. Sun Wukong up in the air. Do they want to go on this is the question. Hoombot's looking like he wants to jump in here with the ultimate. Will he end up going for it? He does go out, spreading them out, actually left and right. Crushing Wave will finish Kronos, and now they're going after the Sobek. The Tier will end up going down on the left side, and Xbalanque in a lot of trouble. Spartak Frank doing the best he can. Do they have a taunt? The taunt's going to come through. The burst damage shield wall, is it going to be enough? It's going to pop. It's not going to hit him, and Spartak will survive for the time being. Freya in a tough spot. Backflip comes out, but not going to kill her off, but they're going to get Hoombots on the return.
Kronos combat blinks in to make sure he picks up the Hoombots, who was just kind of standing there with what had to be 10 HP, taunting the enemy team outside their door. And that is kind of what happens when you do that. You die. You die if anyone shows up and decides they want to chase you down. Although he burned Kronos' combat blink for that kill, which is not a terrible trade considering the ticket advantage they already have. Now it's going to be difficult for Kronos to get out of a fight if he can't get into his rewind before he gets bursted down. Xbalanque forced to dash away immediately with Rising Jaguar. He does not want to deal with that problem. Sun Wukong taking, like, no damage from that time rift. He is so tanky at this point. He's already hit that line where Sun Wukong just doesn't care a whole lot about your damage. Rewind getting popped by Kronos preemptively before he really starts getting low, before they're able to destroy him. Tier teleporting in, able to grab Hoombots as he comes down from the banish. But the ultimate in response from Humbots, the taunt from Athena overriding the fear, pulling Tier through and making him take all the damage in the known universe. Sobek able to grab Humbots with the charge spray and finish off that kill. I'm sure Sobek's gonna get away from this one. There he goes. He is out of that particular engagement, and that's just gonna be another pickup on Humbots.
We see him coming up forward here. Actually, the Xbalanque is going to do some damage to the Neath, forcing her back. 12 minutes and 38 seconds into this matchup, we see Tamland 250 to 184 on the ticket difference. That is a huge difference here. It looks like Beeful is going to jump on here. Neath trying to get away. Does she have a backflip? She's going for a spear. She's actually going to go for a kill here. And Freya just smacks her in the face, getting a free kill. The Sun Wukong decoy doing work here on Xbalanque. The real Sun Wukong over the wall, looking to pick up something on the tier. The dash comes out. The cleave from guard stance will heal him up. The jumping in is Athena, but it's a 2v4 situation. You need to be careful. The Tamland might actually throw this one away for the time being. Atlas on the ground. Water cannon. Water spout is available. Needs to avoid the Sobek. There's a dash from the tier ultimate. Is it going to be enough to get them distance? Looks like it's still a 2v4 as Athena has to go home, but Hebo well protected. They're still going for Wukong. I don't know why Hebo is not being focused at all.
I don't really know. I mean, maybe it's just the crowd control Wukong brings to the fight, or he's just up in people's faces, being there, being a presence. And he does have some damage, but I mean, it's not nearly what Wukong or what Hebo's bringing to the table. And Hebo's a lot squishier of a target that doesn't really have any escape short of his ultimate or trying to use Atlas the Yellow River to give himself a speed buff to slide away with. I don't know why they're not focusing him down. He only has Breastplate of Valor and Voidstone for defense. That's not very much protection. He's still going to be incredibly squishy and easy to nuke versus Sun Wukong, who's got Magi's and a Bulwark, and now Sobek, after missing a charge spray, is in a pretty bad situation here, but he's Sobek. He's pretty tanky. They're not going to waste a lot of abilities trying to burst him down there.
We see Athena dashing here, trying to pick up a kill on the Xbalanque, getting lower and lower. Can she get the solo kill is the question. Humbots might be jumping over the wall. Indeed, he will. Is going around as well. The Bird of Nope is now going to be a Bird of Yes, trying to zone in the kill here, aggressively flying across. Looks like Xbalanque buying some time, but Neath Ultimate is going to finish him off there. Vision granted by Athena. Kronos in trouble, going to blink away as the engagement continues here. Sun Wukong chasing into the well, trying to grab up the tier. The dunk comes down from the ultimate, the decoy, distracting them, forcing them back here as they try to clear out the wave, and they're going to get the wave here. 216 to 138 on the ticket to the top, Squid. They have a significant lead, and they're holding on to it.
Yeah, and all the time they were down in the 4v5 situation, they didn't even die. In fact, the only kill that happened was a kill they were able to pick up against Corningstone on the out-of-position tier. So it's going to be very difficult for Corningstone to mount a comeback right now because they're... I mean, you can just look at the item situation. The gold disadvantage is enough that Tamland is about an item up in general on most members of Corningstone. They've got a 4 grand advantage, and their main damage dealers, Hebo and Humbots, are the two that have got the big item advantage. As you can see, Hebo has got 5 fully completed items. Well, no one's even started as the Hebo crushing wave. See, there you go, right there. The Hebo damage just smashing through Xbalanque. Spartak Frank destroyed with no hope. As soon as Freya comes down, she is going to get destroyed by Hebo again. Tyr trying to run for his life. Can't quite make it. Humbot's able to pick up that kill. That's 3 kills, and unless Corningstone can get out here right now, that's going to be a wave in the portal.
They're still going for kills here. They are respawning. They're going to collapse here from either side as initiation comes out. Freya misses the banish. Tyr going in with the ultimate, some damage across the way. Will they escape is a question. They're grouping up pretty heavily here. Sobek trying to get the slow. Gonna get it. Hebo's a great target. It looks like Sobek might be able to pick it up. The Neath ultimate forces him away. The water spout, water cannon. Hebo's still alive. The Chronos time rift, time stop, not going to get it. How did Hebo live here? Someone called gonna pick off before he gets up into his ultimate. Somehow Hebo escapes yet again without a single death this match. 9-0 and 10 as the action continues here. Xbalanque forcing back the Humbots. The stun comes out inside of the well. Actually gets over the wall just in time. He'll be okay as he gets that escape there. Now going after the Athena. But again, it looks like Corningstone just doesn't have the damage they need unless they get Hebo. And that's going to be a great focus by Freya, picking off Hebo for his first death of the game.
And now Tamland pushed back to their portal. Athena forced to kind of ignore the fight and stop minions from getting into the portal because that's worth more than her teammates possibly dying around her. Trying to charge in with the Tiger. Magi's Blessing keeps them up as Kronos... Oh, was there ever really a Kronos is the question. We'll never know. Sobek getting melted almost as quickly, and Sobek is a full tank. Freya can't even get in the air. Look at the damage. Look at this burst.
Kronos gets vaporized. Sobek vaporized. Freya can't even take flight before she gets destroyed. So much damage. Needs just backflipping over Tyr's head, giggling as he tries to pull her out with Fearless. So much burst coming out of Tamland right now.
Well, after Shibalonki on the left side, Tamland for actually Frank gonna be in a lot of trouble here as they try to get after this. He's gonna back over the wall. Wukong doesn't see it, but the decoy definitely does, going right into that. The decoy is an eager beaver looking to get promotion here in the Sun Wukong government and see if he can't get over the wall. Humbot's in mid lane, clearing the waves, and of course this is a really big important factor for Tamland's victory. Is it seems like every time there's a skirmish, they're always in the mid lane. At least one person is clearing off those minions, getting those last hits, getting those tickets, and it adds up so much over time.
It really does, and right now we see Kronos forced to beads and blink out of that situation, blowing both of his active items to escape. But escape he did, just barely getting away. Same can't be said for Athena, who gets torn down by the Freya ultimate. Shibalonki going and able to clean up Neath, and now the Fear No Evil comes out, and that's going to be enough to destroy Freya. So at least one kill picked up, but Humbots drops as well. Shibalonki is just shredding right now, just ripping through people. As well, Sun Wukong dropping very low. He's going to go down noob on Shibalonki, picking up 4 kills right there in basically no time, and they're going to get a full wave into the portal.
85 to 41, 84 to 41 now. Tamland is just respawning here all at the same time. Of course, it is a single rotation Q type respawn. So all 5 players are coming back up, and it looks like only 4 are in the way. Corningstone, the taunt's gonna miss actually. Not gonna land there. Unfortunate enough, a huge misplay by Athena. But Freya in a lot of trouble. She gets bursted down, and now Sobek getting forced back here. They want to get this kill. They want to get as many kills as they can and try and turn it back around on Cornerstone. They're getting lower. 29 tickets is not a whole lot. That's, you know, about 6 kills or so, if not minions included into the mix. 27 to 77, getting lower and lower. Now down to about 5 kills or 5 deaths on Corningstone. So Tamland has the opportunity to finish this, and Corningstone needs to defend this if they want to win this match. They cannot lose any more deaths as the minions are dying 19 to 75. They're going down to the threshold, the grace period area where they don't lose anything for minions besides the big ones. Athena jumps in, going for the Tier Neath ultimate, keep in place with enough damage. Humbot's ultimate should finish him off, and Tier goes down. They're within 2 kills now. 11 tickets on the board, 68 for Tamland, and Cornerstone's in a lot of trouble.
Down goes Hebo in the backline, but that is going to be traded for Shibalonki, which is going to drop them down to 6 tickets. That is 1 kill and a big minion is all Tamland needs to take this game and this best of 3 series for the whole Code Black tournament. Neath just going to get bursted down. She gets annihilated. The big minion has gone down, so they're down to 5. If anyone on Corningstone gets killed, that's going to be the end of the game. They've got 44 tickets to chew through before they can hope to win this game. That's a huge order because they've got to do it sometime in the next 5 waves, 4 waves even, before Tamland just secures this one through minions.
That's right. Those big minions are worth 1 ticket each, which means 4 more big minions. There's 1 in the middle if they get the last hit on this one, as Athena goes right in to pick this one up. That's going to put them at 3 tickets to get the last hit. She's going to get it, so 3 tickets left for Corningstone. That's 1 death or 3 big minions. Corningstone is in a lot of trouble here. They're going for Shibalonki. He's diving the well. He's going to throw it. He goes into the well and dies and ends the game 41 to 0. Shibalonki goes suicidal.
He really wanted that one. He wanted the Hebus to die. He tried his very hardest, but at the end of the day, the only thing he lost was the game, and the finals, and the tournament.
2, 8, 11 on Tier. A ton of assists there. Sobek in the same situation. 2, 3, 5, and 11. A ton of assists. Looking at the damage numbers, we're going to see 33,000 damage dealt by Freya, 33 damage dealt, or actually, I'm sorry, that was the creep damage, 21,000 damage dealt by Freya, 12,000 by Sobek, but Shibalonki, Spartak Frank, at 29,000 damage done. In fact, that's going to be the second most in the entire game, but Hebo, the Immortal over there, 33,800 player damage, and that's because mainly he just survived for so long. In fact, he went 9-0 before he ended up dying once, putting out tons of damage the whole time. And Corningstone had a tough time keeping up with the pace that Tamland was setting. They were in their face all the time, picking off their squishies, taking down those tickets, leaving people behind to clear out the wave and get those tickets down as well. A full wave is worth 6 tickets up until the very end. And that focus is how they won this tournament.
Really, I think
On top of that, a lot of this comes down to the double monkey strategy has worked very, very well for Tamland. That Humbot's ult is able to secure a lot of kills. Sun Wukong is an absolute force to be reckoned with in a situation like this. And of course, Hebo got to run rampant, just doing crazy amounts of damage. But really one of the big things that doesn't show up as much because it doesn't show up in the numbers here on the in-game screen is the tank matchup. You've got Athena, who can dash in, deal some damage slow, and land taunts. Just taunt over and over and over. Virtually unmissable giant cone taunts. They can grab multiple people and CC them for what is it, like a full 2 seconds at max rank? That's more than enough time to blow up pretty much anybody on Corningstone other than Sobek, and even possibly Sobek if he's alone and he's getting turbo focused. It's great for counter initiation, it's great for starting fights, it's great for getting picks. Sobek has charge prey. He can charge in every now and then with the skill shot and maybe get one person and throw them out while sacrificing himself to the enemy team and literally just shoving his face into the kill me zone. I mean, we talked about this a little bit before, but Sobek just doesn't seem like he's that good of a tank for Assault. It would be so much better if they went with something like Bacchus, or we saw Hades go absolutely ham earlier. I don't know why we saw so much Sobek in this tournament when he never really seemed to be able to contribute as much as the other tanks that got picked.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think Sobek just doesn't fit well into the arena matchup, and he just doesn't, he has too much downtime for abilities. He works great at initiating fights. He's perfect in laning phases. He's perfect in the transition from laning phase to mid game in Conquest when the game is much slower. But this is all like late game engagement, so it's very, very tough to deal or work Sobek into a lineup here with the situation they have. I don't know if the double monkey was necessary, but it certainly was entertaining. Double monkey, when in doubt, double monkey out. And of course, Spartak Frank making it every single game that we saw today. But that's going to be the end of the tournament, guys. Looks like first place will go to Tamland. They'll be receiving 4,000 gems for the total team overall. Second place will end up going to Corningstone for their performance today. And that is going to be the final scores for this Code Black. Now, of course, this was the first Code Black that we actually ran. This was going to be a more, I guess, casual or more entertainment-based game modes. We saw Arena this time around. We put out a vote to see what you guys wanted for the next Code Black that we do run in a few weeks here. It could be Assault, it could be a Domination, it could be a Match of the Day, it could be a lot of things, and we can set up a lot of things for you. So definitely give us your feedback in chat, how you're feeling, what the next one should be. And we're leaning towards one already, but give us your feedback so we can see what you guys want and how you're feeling. Now, of course, if you haven't heard yet, Divine Intervention is a charity tournament in December. December 18th at 1 p.m. is when it starts, but you have things to do up until then. Make sure that if you want to be in that tournament or you want to help out charity, donate to Divine Intervention. What this does, $1 minimum, if you do PayPal, is all you have to donate to the Divine Intervention tournament. And what this does for you is it allows you to get access to a lot of things. Number one, you feel good, because you're donating to American Red Cross to help out with a disaster relief effort. There was a big typhoon in the Philippines, and it goes directly to them, help them, pay for all the things that they do to help people overall. Now, the second thing is, it puts you in the running for a lot of stuff. Now, I put a link in chat for you if you haven't checked it out. That's going to be the information that you need. It enters you in the running for a Steel Series raffle. There's a headset, there's a keyboard, there's a mouse pad that you can win just donating $1. 128 of the people who donate, and we don't even have 128 donators yet, will be given the opportunity to play in the tournament with their favorite streamers, casters, competitive players, high-res employees. You have Duke, you have Gavin, you have Kelly, you have Bart. The Dignitas team is there, Exertus, you have Denial Esports, you have Squidish, all kinds of crazy people will be playing this tournament. You can definitely be led into battle by them, and that's fun in and of itself. But of course, the people that are playing the tournament will be offered gems, will be offered t-shirts, will be offered all kinds of fun stuff. There's a God Pack on giveaway for the people that are watching the tournament in chat when it's live on Smite Game, December 18th at 1 p.m. Eastern. They'll be given God Packs and gems and all kinds of crazy stuff. The information that you will need will be posted up in chat, so definitely go donate to the cause, and you'll be entered in for lots of cool stuff, as well as being able to help out a good cause. We don't see any of it. It all goes directly to American Red Cross. We want to help out everyone that's having a lot of suffering over there in the Philippines and of course across the world. So if you go check out the information there. But that's going to be the end of the broadcast for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Up next will be SNK84. He's a big friend of Trend Kills. He's a big friend of mine. He's an excellent streamer, so definitely stick around and check him out. He'll be streaming right after this, and he'll be playing some Smite with you guys. Again, we thank you for your patience today when the servers did go down. Intermittent testing, unfortunately enough, had some problems. The server engineers over at Hi-Rez had some things to sort out. Looks like it is sorted out now, but that is the final decision here for Saturday. Any final words here, Squiddish?
It was a pretty good match. I actually was kind of concerned about what in the world we were going to get cast in a mode that basically has no meta and is just one constant team fight. But, I mean, I guess being concerned about things to cast in a 20-minute team fight seems kind of silly in retrospect.
It proved to be much more exciting than I think a lot of people were expecting. It's probably one of the first, large broadcasted arena tournaments that people have seen. And I mean, we had some great games. I think, those raw snipes were pretty awesome. We had some good engagements, some back and forth overall, some good comebacks, and of course the finals showed that Tamland is just unstoppable. They're very, very strong. But that's going to be it for this broadcast, guys. Stick around. SNK will be up next. We're going to run a little bit of commercials, and then we'll go right over to SNK to play some Smite. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and we'll see you around. Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. Oh, this? You want to know how you could win all this, and much, much more, huh? Let's get started. Introducing Divine Intervention, a charity tournament hosted by Tiermonster.com, with all proceeds going to American Red Cross to aid them in their global disaster relief efforts. 32 teams will be headed by community members and will compete in a standard...